Hey guys, Luke here again, and we are doing our fourth comparison today, I believe, because I know on the last one I said we were doing the fourth, but I was counting the second one because it was in two parts. So basically, now let's just start. I am sorry guys, but today is I am not doing the mechanical robots today. But don't worry, I promise you the next one will be the mechanical robots because I'm starting to get they're on their way because I ordered two, so I may need to get one more, I think. So I'm probably by September something I will make the comparison. But I'm making one now, but it's not the mechanical robot. So just have that in mind that it's not the mechanical robots, but next time it will. So anyways, we have three robots here, and they are sort of similar because that's why I do the comparisons. So I have Mr. Robot, Mini Machine Man, and Space Explorer. So now let's get started. Let me start with the boxes, and then the robots, and then the comparisons. So now let me start with Mr. Atomic's box. Here's Mr. Atomic's box. It's very small. It's not so big as my hand, maybe a little bit big, but yeah, it says Mr. Atomic, and then here it's like direction changing action. So there's actually like two different sizes. There's a small one and then the big one. I have the small one, and there's also two different colors. There's a blue one and then there's a white one. But the big one is, I think it's a blue, or maybe it could be white. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, this is the robot. I think maybe at the first or second comparison, I said that I got Mr. Atomic, but I meant to say Atomic Robot Man. I meant to say that, just so you know. Anyways, like here he is. You could see sparks, basically a tiny bit like sparkling like, and it also says Skyling Collector Series, so it's another Skyling. For adult collectors only, for decoration only. This is not a toy. Wind Up Action Robot, and it says here, Skyline Collector Series, Mr. Atomic Wind Up Motor, moving arms, walking motion, direction changing action, and then here's like a little, sort of like a symbol, and here's the robot. So it's basically a pretty small box. So yeah, that's Mr. Atomic. So now let's go with Mini Machine Man. Mini Machine Man is Mazandea or Mazandua. I like call it Mazandua or Mazandea. Doesn't really matter. But I will have one of the Mazandea or Mazandus in the next comparison because he's a mechanical robot. And I'm going to get it on Tuesday because today is Sunday. So I'm going to get it on Tuesday. All these words are in Chinese, so I can't really understand it. But maybe I could look at a book and maybe in Japanese or Chinese, I don't know. And maybe I could try to find out what these words actually mean, so maybe I could translate to English, if I can. So here's a Wind Up Motor, Mini Machine Man. This only part is English. That's the only part. And up here, and it is basically a number, it's 1950s as it was made. And then there's Chinese words or Japanese words under it. Or I don't know what kind of language, I think. And here's him. There's different kinds of versions of him, not really. But there's like a big one and then a one that has a different style of the box. And you could see like these little bit of planets and some like really tall rocks and a spaceship, and here's Mini Machine Man. So you could actually open it. It doesn't open it like coming out. It comes open like when you go like that. And it seems to have like a little picture of a guy. And if you open this paper up, you could see him. And here's the Mazandea or Mazandu right there. And here's a picture of another robot right here. And, Robbie Robot and Lost in Space, and Robot and spaceships and trains, and a guy on a ice cream cart. So this also will come with the Mazandea, I believe. Oh, it's giving me a hard time. Okay, now let's do what Space Explorer goes. Space Explorer is a really, really, really big box. If you compare it to this, it's much bigger than this one. Lots of robots are called Space Explorer, so sometimes when I choose Space Explorer, there's actually more than one. But this is the one I have. It's a pretty fat spaceman. And it's like, in the last comparison I showed you Moon Explorer, right? And a Moon Explorer is actually, like, here's his face, right here. So, yeah, he could actually be in that suit. But actually, I have, the Space Explorer I have has a different face. So, just so you know. So, here's a picture of him with the camera. And here's, like, a little, like, the camera lights, and here's a planet, and the stars, and also it's the same on the back. Here you could see, like, I think it's I forgot what you call it, a satellite, I think it's called. The satellite, and then there's the sun, I believe, behind it. So yeah, that's Space Explorer. So now let's get on with the robots now. So now let's start with Mr. Atomic. So here's Mr. Atomic. Here is the blue version I have of him. You could see it's here, and the little symbol again. Here's some clocks, and I think they pretend that this is glass, but actually in the real big one, it's actually real glass. And I think these are clocks too, and these are the eyes, the red stuff, and the hands. Okay, I think it was moving because maybe I was playing it with it originally. Not playing. I'm winding it up. Sorry. And here's the the key, and it's also connected like other robots I have compared. And here are the legs, and basically you saw that. I don't know if you saw it, but the legs are going up and down. But it's sort of a little bit broken because I don't think this one really works, or this one. I think this one doesn't work. But here are the wheels. So let me wind it up though. Oh, and you can also see like here, and I think this is a belt. Yeah, maybe. And like how it said, it does go back and forth. You could just see its head. But that doesn't really matter. Now here is Mini Machine Man. Mini Machine Man you could see that, his arm came off. But that's not such a big deal. Because like when you have robots, it doesn't really matter how they look. Not really. Well, I don't think it really matters how they look. It's just how you have the design, and how like how the design is, or maybe how like you keep it in a way. And here it says Machine Man, but on the box it says Mini Machine Man. It's sort of basically, I watched this video where these guys were looking at these robots, and there's this robot called Chief Smokey, and Chief Smokey I think on the box it says Mr. Chief. It said Mr. Chief on the robot, and on the box it says Chief Smokey. So I watched that. And I think it's sort of similar to this. And you can see his head, and actually his back head came off, but there's actually no head on a face on the back of the head. But you could see the ears and all the buttons here, and there's not really any detail on the back. So yeah, here he is. Let me wind him up for you. Just going straight into the camera. He's coming. Wow. Okay, you just stopped right before you hit the camera. So now let's do Space Explorer. Actually, Space Explorer is a little broken, and he's not really working, so I can't really wind him up for you guys. I'm really sorry about that. But actually, I was fixing this with my with this guy named Ramos, and he accidentally turned it backwards because there's something wrong with it. So every time I wind it up, it goes backwards instead of going forwards. And the key is like stuck to this, so I can't really move. I could try. Yeah, because you could see every time I try to scratch it, it has like a scratch here. So here's the camera. There's lots of dust up here, and you can see the face. So it's a different kind of face, like how I explained it to you like on the box, it had a Moon Explorer's face. But there's actually another Moon Explorer that has this face. So yeah, so I can't wind it up for you guys, but I think this is a jetpack, and he's also a very, very fat spaceman. I said that already. So now let's do the comparisons, and this is a really fast comparison, sort of. Oi. Okay. Now let's start off. Well, actually, let me show you the actually real thing about these. All these three robots have something in common. They have like different sorts of types of way they move. They have wheels, but they actually move in a different way. Like this one, like just moves straight, right? And like you use this kind of key, and the wheels are very designed really nicely. This one has wheels and a key also, but it actually has a different type of like way it moves because it like moves like all around, like I said on the box. And this one, it's basically really big on the bottom, and the wheels are like basically looking really like sharp looking sort of, and it moves its head while it's like while it's moving, so I could like get probably everything, and yeah, it moves forward, but now it's moving backwards. These have the same thing in common, which is moving with their wheels. And I think the other robots I had didn't have wheels for the past 3 comparisons, I guess. So yeah, so I can't believe this is already ending so fast. But yeah, so let me just put the boxes behind them so I could have like this decoration. So yeah, so this is the end of my 4th comparison, and when I see you next time, I will do the mechanical robots, and I promise you it will be next time. So September or something, I'll probably get all of them together. But I think tomorrow will be the last day of August, so don't worry, guys. So maybe after August 9th, I mean, it's not August 9th, September 9th, I will get all of them. But I might need to find out if I could get the battery-operated remote control. But I might not. It depends on, like, where I could find it and how much it is and all that hard work. So I'm trying to get it all for you guys, and I can't wait to see you next time because I'm going to be super, super excited to have lots of ones that are similar. So I will see you next time, guys, and I'll be really excited for the next time. So next time will be the mechanical robots, and there's not just 3 of them, there's more than 3. I would either have 5 or 6 maybe. So I will see you guys next time, and I'm really excited for that. So bye, guys.